Hi everyone, my name is Rupa and I'm the VR product management lead, and I'm so excited today to walk you through an overview of MetaQuest Pro. Over the lifetime of MetaQuest 2, we've received some great feedback from customers about all the things they want to do with VR that aren't possible today. It's this very feedback that has inspired the innovations in MetaQuest Pro. So, what exactly is MetaQuest Pro? Well, it's a brand new premium VR headset that is fundamentally different than MetaQuest 2 and brings some of the most advanced VR capabilities that we've ever shipped, which opens the door for you, the developer community, to build some exciting new things. So let's cover some of those. Being fully immersed is great for gaming and entertainment. But when you're using VR for other purposes such as reading or working, you want to have the context of your surroundings. Like maybe you want to multitask at a virtual workstation with multiple resizable screens all around you, but you need to be able to see your physical desk and keyboard and maybe take some notes, or when someone walks in the room so you can say hi. On MetaQuest Pro, the pass-through API that we released earlier this year on MetaQuest 2 rises to a whole new level with high-resolution color. MetaQuest Pro's high-resolution outward-facing cameras have 4 times the number of pixels as MetaQuest 2's cameras, enabling the headset to recreate the environment around you in VR with greater fidelity. This works together with advanced reconstruction algorithms that triangulate the location of 3D points in the room that are sensed by cameras. MetaQuest 2 has started to capture the vision of how we can be more social in VR. But even though people are having incredible experiences getting together in VR today, they want these connections to be even deeper and richer and to give them that feeling of presence in the metaverse. So, with the new inward-facing sensors in MetaQuest Pro, you can have your avatar mimic your natural facial expressions and nonverbal communication in real time. Picture a creative writing team who gathers in workrooms to sketch out some ideas where they can see their colleagues interact with one another as if they're collaborating in the same room. The headset's ability to understand your face and eyes can also enable other helpful features, such as detecting whether your headset is properly fitted and help you make those adjustments if needed. Using a technology called eye-tracked foveated rendering, this device can ensure that the image is at its best resolution right where you're looking on the screen. These features will all be made available to you via an SDK, and you can learn more about it in the Performance and Optimization on MetaQuest platform session coming later today. We slimmed down the optical stack by over 40% compared to MetaQuest 2 using our innovative, patented pancake lens and optics technology, which works by folding light inside the optics module. This new type of lens isn't just way thinner, but it also enables sharper, clearer visuals, which makes reading text in VR a lot easier. When combined with our advanced VR LCD display technology, which provides 37% greater pixels per inch, 10% greater pixels per degree, we get 25% improvement in full field visual sharpness in the center view and 50% improvement in the peripheral region when compared to MetaQuest 2. Our specialized local dimming technology allows us to control over 500 individual LED blocks independently, delivering 75% greater contrast compared to MetaQuest 2. The improvement in contrast with 1.3 times larger color gamut provides more vibrant colors to deliver a more engaging VR experience. Advanced optics and a continuous IPD accommodation adjustment allows the headset to accommodate a wider range of IPDs than MetaQuest 2. All of these features together unlock opportunities for text-heavy content that's suited for productivity. MetaQuest Pro's battery is moved to the back of the headset to create more counterbalanced ergonomics using our first ever curved cell battery to better conform to the head. And you'll notice MetaQuest Pro is much slimmer than MetaQuest 2 in the front. In the back, there's a fit wheel for precise adjustment. And you can also adjust the level of immersiveness with the open periphery design, or choose to use the included partial light blockers. Or, in the near future, purchase full light blockers for a completely immersed experience. This comfort and flexibility of MetaQuest Pro enables customers to use the VR headset for a variety of use cases beyond just gaming. At Meta, we are very conscious of our users' privacy, and we expect developers for our ecosystem to take consumer privacy seriously also. As part of our focus on protecting consumer privacy, all MetaQuest Pro developers must abide by the requirements in Meta's developer data use policy to help ensure applications are developed with the appropriate protections for user privacy. We'll learn alongside developers what the future of VR will look like. Use cases that catch on with this new high-end line of devices will inform what features and content we invest in for our entry-level line of devices too. Our strategy is for these two lines to complement each other as they both add up to the forward progress of VR. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce you to AR to continue the journey and discuss the all-new MetaQuest Pro controllers.
Thank you, Rupa. My name is A.R. Schleicher. I'm a developer relations engineer, and I've been working with many of our partners developing apps for the MetaQuest Pro launch. Today, it's my pleasure to introduce the details of the MetaQuest Touch Pro controllers to everyone. The MetaQuest Touch Pro controllers represent our most powerful VR controllers to date. Most importantly, the Touch Pro controllers are self-tracked, and this allows us to remove the tracking rings, resulting in a significantly smaller form factor. Developers no longer need to design around tracking constraints, and users never have to think about tracking. It just seamlessly works. The 3 cameras, combined with a CPU up to 80% as powerful as a Quest 1, handle tracking, allowing the headset to focus on other work. The Touch Pro controllers represent a big step forward in terms of haptic capabilities. Unlike previous touch controllers, which contain a single linear resonant actuator, or LRA haptic device, the Touch Pro controllers contain 3 haptic devices. One primary voice coil motor, or VCM, haptic device in the main body of the controller, and 2 LRA haptic devices, one in the index trigger and one in the new thumb rest. The LRA haptic devices allow you to deliver haptic feedback at the location that most makes sense. Meanwhile, the VCM haptic device allows for the most complex and realistic haptic effects we've ever had via their ability to play audio-like PCM data. The index trigger is another area of significant improvement. In addition to the LRA haptic device, the trigger now contains sensors to detect finger curl and slide. Curl represents how open or closed your index finger is before touching the trigger. Slide represents how far to the inside or outside the point of contact between your finger and the trigger is. As you can see in this video, the movement of the user's index finger is translated into VR more accurately than ever before. The thumb rest is another area where we've added functionality to the Touch Pro controllers. In addition to the LRA haptic device, the thumb rest also contains a pressure sensor, allowing applications to determine how much pressure, up to about 6 newtons of force, is being applied. When combined, input from the index trigger and thumb rest can be used to enable a precision grip interaction. Precision grip enables a natural and intuitive pinch interaction in VR. In addition, precision grip also enables a secondary interaction of applying pressure to held objects. While the raw data involved in this calculation will be available at launch, we'll be introducing an API for developers in future SDK updates that makes calculated pinch amount and pinch pressure values directly available. Speaking of future SDK updates, since the MetaQuest Touch Pro controllers are self-tracked, it's also possible to enable simultaneous tracking of hands and controllers. While not available yet, this means that in the future, developers will be able to build new experiences using any combination of hands and controllers at the same time. We'll be introducing APIs and capabilities for this in future SDK updates. Next, while the Touch Pro controllers come with the lanyards we're all familiar with, these lanyards are removable and replaceable with stylus tips. These connect with a pressure-sensitive sensor in the base of the controller. Once you flip the controller around, this allows you to use the Touch Pro controller as a pen-like device in applications that support it. It's pressure-sensitive as well, measuring up to about 2 newtons of force. The stylus tip improves the writing experience by enabling accurate contact point detection with real-world surfaces. Surfaces like desks and walls, of course, but this can also apply to any object, allowing you interactions like tracing objects into VR. For developers, the support for the Touch Pro controllers is easier to implement than ever before. Since Connect last year, we've added new APIs and helpers, such as Get Current Interaction Profile and OVR Runtime Controller. Get Current Interaction Profile allows developers to determine whether the user is using Touch or Touch Pro controllers. OVR Runtime Controller allows developers to request appropriate controller models from the operating system, future-proofing applications by not only allowing them to render the correct models today, but also in the future with new hardware without an application update. Finally, it's important to note that the Touch Pro controllers are not just for MetaQuest Pro. The Touch Pro controllers are also available as a standalone upgrade for the MetaQuest 2 at an MSRP of $299.99. If you're looking for an upgrade for your VR gaming experience, consider these instead. Well, there you have it. All the details about the MetaQuest Touch Pro controllers. The freedom granted by no longer having tracking rings and not needing to keep the controllers inside the area the headset can see is a major improvement. Combined with the new inputs, the stylus, the thumb rest, the index trigger, and the new haptic devices, the LRAs for the thumb rest and trigger, and the VCM for the main hand, this controller is a major upgrade from the original Touch controllers. Either included with the MetaQuest Pro, or available as an upgrade for the MetaQuest 2 for $299.99. Pre-order yours today. Now let me introduce you to Prabhu, here to talk about how developers can use Presence Platform to build compelling new experiences for the MetaQuest Pro.
Hi, I'm Prabhu, the lead product manager for Presence Platform at Meta Reality Labs. Last year at Connect, we launched Presence Platform, our suite of machine perception and AI capabilities that enable developers to build mixed reality experiences and incorporate natural interactions like hand gestures and voice experiences into apps. As Rupa mentioned earlier, MetaQuest Pro is the first in our new line of advanced and high-end VR devices. To build the kinds of experiences that take full advantage of the groundbreaking technology in MetaQuest Pro, Presence Platform will deliver a suite of upgraded and new capabilities this year. To begin with, all the apps that our developers create for MetaQuest 2 using Presence Platform will also run on MetaQuest Pro. At launch last year, Presence Platform had 2 technology pillars that we opened up to developers: mixed reality and our interaction services, which includes hand tracking and voice. These 2 pillars will now also power experiences on MetaQuest Pro. To harness the new superpowers of this device, we are adding a 3rd pillar today: social presence. Movement SDK is a brand new offering composed of our movement and natural expression capabilities, including eye, face, head, and controller tracking, unlocking a new dimension of presence in VR. If you want to build for enhanced social presence unlocked by MetaQuest Pro, Movement SDK is one set of capabilities you need to get started. With MetaQuest Pro's inward-facing sensors and the new Movement SDK, developers can create much more expressive avatars in real time, mimicking your natural expressions and body language to create a sense of presence. To learn more about bringing natural expression and realistic avatars to your characters, check out the dedicated developer session on Movement SDK. With our mixed reality capabilities, developers can create experiences that blend your physical world with virtual experiences, opening up new opportunities for unique digital experiences while staying present in your own space. Pass-through enables developers to build experiences that can blend the virtual content with the physical world. Spatial anchors enable developers to place persistent world lock content like animated holograms or your Instagram feed in your real space. And with our new shared spatial anchors capability, developers can unlock a whole new world of co-located multiplayer experiences. Scene understanding allows developers to semantically and geometrically understand the shape, location, and class of physical elements, such as walls, floors, a desk, or a couch around a user's physical environment. Combining pass-through anchors and scene allows developers to create room-scale mixed reality experiences. For example, developers can anchor a virtual screen on a wall or create virtual objects with realistic occlusion that interact with the environment around them. So, when you throw a virtual tennis ball against a real wall, it bounces back right at you. You can learn a lot more about what we are doing in mixed reality in the Presence Platform Mixed Reality Developer Session. With MetaQuest Pro, we are taking full advantage of the device's advanced sensor package, enabling mixed reality in higher fidelity and full color. Pass-through feels more natural than ever before, unlocking a rich new set of mixed reality experiences. We gave these capabilities to our internal teams, and they prototyped this really cool fencing demo. This demo isn't shipping just yet, but it shows what's possible once developers can build for a mixed reality headset. With our interaction pillar, we envision a future where you can move freely in the metaverse as you would in the physical world. Your hands, your voice are key inputs to feeling more connected and present in the metaverse. Our re-architected hand tracking capability, which we shipped earlier this year, opens up the use of hands in applications that require robust tracking and more complex gestures, like in games with fast hand motion, interactions between hands, or custom gestures. And with Interaction SDK, our Unity library of hand interaction components, gestures, and tools, we are making it easier than ever before for developers to integrate hands and controller-centric interactions into their experiences. For a deeper dive into hands, check out our developer session on Presence Platform input capabilities. Our voice capabilities allow developers to integrate voice input into games and apps so they can create new gameplay and navigation. This fall, we are bringing Voice SDK support to Unreal developers. I'm also very excited to share the beta release of Composer for Wit.ai and for Voice SDK in Unity, allowing developers to support rich conversations in an easy way. For details on how you can easily integrate voice into your experiences, do check out the developer session on Voice SDK. We strongly believe in the role audio plays in creating immersive VR experiences. To make it easier for our developers to build rich, immersive audio into their apps, we are excited to launch an audio SDK as part of Presence Platform. To learn more about the audio SDK and how you can use it to enhance your experiences, check out the developer session on the all-new audio SDK from Presence Platform. It has been a busy year talking to developers, understanding their needs, building the long-term foundations we need for developers to be successful, and of course, bringing so many new capabilities to market to make use of all the innovations in MetaQuest Pro. Hope you get a chance to tune into all these developer sessions we have for you on mixed reality, voice, hands, audio, and social presence. Now, to bring this all home, here is a fun demo built by a small team of talented developers using all the pillars of Presence Platform: mixed reality, interaction, and social presence, and possible only on the all-new MetaQuest Pro. Here is Slimeball. Thank you.
You ready to play?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's mine. Hello.
This is so fun.
One more?